Hey guys, Gabriel from Graceful Toad here, and today I have another One Piece 20th anniversary piece for you, and this time it's Usopp. So obviously on the front we have our 20th anniversary logo, our name, and all of our associate brand tags. And we have side 1, side 2, the back, bottom, and the top of our all-important Terry sticker. Before we get into Usopp, there's of course the accessories that come with him. So we have the smiling Sanji head, the smiling Robin head, the alternate Usopp head, and I think this is the only figure that comes with his own alternate head, and his alternate pair of goggles. So as usual we have the One Piece 20th anniversary base, just a clear acrylic base on the bottom, but because of the nature of the way he's sitting, I think he'll sit without the base. So I'm going to get rid of that for now, because I don't think there's anything special about the base at all, and it's just taking up space. So I'd rather display him without the base. So here he is, and unlike the other ones, he's wearing this sort of combat gear, as you can see here, sort of blue combat camo, so it's hard to compare them. There's very little texturing I can see to it, but that's probably the nature of the clothing. But the paint job on it's done fairly well for, you know, a camo design. It's quite basic, but it's exactly what you think. You see it and you go, oh, that's a camo design. So you can see the gold chains, and again these ones are very similar to Luffy's and they're quite basic, and I don't think the shading is up to sort of the Brook quality we saw in one of the previous videos. But the hair's done fairly well. There's some detail and some texture there, although it lacks shading. But there is some shading down here, in his bag and in the copper there. As we move on we see that chain again, which is again a bit mediocre with a bit more jewellery here. Again sort of a single shade of gold, nothing too good, but these are fingers all individually sculpted, you can see them quite clearly. Just about make out that they have bothered to paint the eyes right behind the glasses, which is a nice touch. And of course we have some very clean facial hair and eyebrows there. So let's swap his head out. So that's actually quite a fiddly transformation you have to do there, but it'll come together I think to look quite well. So you use that alternate pair of goggles, you just push it under his neck, while the head, it's actually much easier. If you take the hat off, his hair will then fall out the back, but it's easier to click the faceplate in and put the hat and the hair back in. So this portrait is a bit more smiley. Obviously his goggles are not on because he's not in combat, he's just chilling out kind of thing. And I think I prefer all the smiling faces for these. I think it makes more sense as it's the anniversary pieces to have them in this smiling pose. But, you know, there's no less detail or more detail. Obviously you can see the mouth a bit better. Teeth aren't really too special. There is some slight, you can see sculpting there where there is some sort of movement to them. We can see there's some slight sculpting, but nothing amazing. So I think this is one of the cheaper figures in the range, and you can see that in the quality. I think it is definitely on the lower end. Let's get right into measurement, shall we? Just short of 8 centimeters high, which is about 3 inches. His width is again about 8 centimeters, about 3 inches, and his depth is again about 3 inches 8 centimeters, give or take, probably about 7.5 centimeters. Here he is on a little shelf by himself, and then you see he's far from large. Here he is next to 1/8 Johto Kujo, next to 1/6 Johto Kujo. So although you can see he's definitely seems like one of the cheaper sort of banged out ones, his quality and his painting and the gold is not quite as good as some of the others, but his clothing's done quite well with minimal texturing, and his alternate faces are quite nice to have that choice. He is definitely on the lower end of the figures we've seen so far for this range. It's quite a cheap figure, and by no stretch of imagination do I think it's a bad Usopp figure. And I think it fits in with the range fine. I'm not going to go overboard, oh it's an amazing Usopp figure, you definitely pick it up. But if you're picking up the range, it goes in really well. And it will all slot together in the end to look good, but I wouldn't recommend it as a solo figure, I don't think. So thank you guys for watching, I'll see you all in the next one.